Yeah, for me, my family is my life, and my family will always be my priority. I think the whole world knows my equation. Firstly, everybody thinks we are twins.
You can't ignore things. You can't. You can't ignore things. I know we should be very progressive. We are in many ways. But there are few things which has to be taken care. You can't shut your eyes.
I would look forward to coming onto set every day, and especially our lunch hours. Our lunch hours were the best. A lot of madness. A lot of madness, from pranks to like potlucks where everybody would get something or the other from home. And you know, we had this room which had a long table, and everybody would have lunch together, and there were like different dishes from everybody's house. Akshay sir and Aanand sir would get food every day.
Bhumi is blushing.
Because I adore him, you know.
Hey guys, my name is Zinia and you're watching News 18 Showsha. Today we have with us none other than the talented Bhumi Pednekar and Aanand L Rai. Aanand sir, Bhumi, welcome to News 18 Showsha.
Thank you, Zinia.
Thank you.
First of all, Raksha Bandhan मूवी का नाम है, रक्षा बंधन पे मूवी आ रही है, तो goes without saying, what's your fondest Raksha Bandhan memory? Let's start with you, sir.
So this journey is so beautiful. This journey has been such a fabulous journey कि I can't pick up a moment. In itself, it's a huge emotion. मैं उसी से ही gauge करता हूँ इस चीज़ को कि the more heavier I get when I'm closer to release, and I'm not talking about the outcome, I'm not talking about the box office, I'm talking about giving your film or giving this emotion out to
The audience.
The audience. ये इतनी personal हो गई ना मेरे लिए, you know, this family, that in last 1 week I have been very मैं ऐसा कभी behave नहीं करता. I'm little how to say, I've become little edgy.
Okay.
With these 4 girls, sisters, with Bhumi, with Akshay sir, और मेरे को ये लग रहा है कि now I'm 50, तो मैं ना बच्चों की तरह भी behave नहीं कर सकता. So I have to behave like an elder. और वो मुश्किल काम है. But deep down inside, yes, I'm getting very emotional about this film. And you asked about a moment. For me, this entire film is a fabulous moment.
And Bhumi, for you?
You know, I'm just going to add into what Aanand sir said. Today in the morning, he was talking to me, and I could literally see his eyes well up. I have known Aanand sir from the start of my career, you know, because he gave me a very important film of mine when I just started, you know. So Color Yellow, the entire company has been family to me, and I've never seen Aanand sir like this. Wow. You know, and not just Aanand sir, even when I speak to Akshay sir or the sisters, you know, there's so much of emotional involvement in the film, and it doesn't happen with all your films.
True.
You know, there are very rare films that you are rooting for so much, you know, because we all are doing a lot of work, and there are some films that just have your heart, and you know, and as sir said, it's very tough to pick one moment, you know, because the entire journey was so beautiful. I would look forward to coming onto set every day, and especially our lunch hours. Our lunch hours were the best.
I would like to really know about what happened, what transpired during this lunch hours.
A lot of madness. A lot of madness, from pranks to like potlucks where everybody would get something or the other from home. And you know, we had this room which had a long table, and everybody would have lunch together, and there were like different dishes from everybody's house. Akshay sir and Aanand sir would get food every day. You know, there were days where we would have like, एक आंटी भी आई थी, याद है आपको, जिन्होंने कुलचे और छोले बनाए थे. So food was a very, very important part of our film, but it is of all of Aanand sir's films.
True.
So I can't really pick a moment, you know, when just your entire cast and your entire crew has so much fun together. You know, there was no filter. You know, there was so much comfort. There were so many birthdays that we celebrated on set. It was just a very pure, honest feeling that all of us had. You know, there was no upmanship, because the film is such. And you know, Aanand sir is such. He's such a warm.
He exudes that.
He does.
warmth.
So what she said about that 1 hour of madness, as a director, I at that moment, in those initial few days, I realized that we are going for something very special, because it's actually not about just food. It's about those laughters, those moments of caring for each other, that table, that food table actually gave me an indication that our emotions are falling at the right place now. It's there is no pretense. There is no just an actor or a director or
It's
it
become
was
like a family.
it was like and what was really fantastic to see, and you will realize very soon in few of the interviews which are happening around, these four sisters are so close to Bhumi that you can't imagine.
It's like फिल्म में तो ये है, भूमि इज सेइंग कि इन चारों की तो शादी नहीं हो सकती और मेरी शादी भी होने से रही, बट ऑफ स्क्रीन इट्स लाइक यार सब साथ
They're my sisters only, yeah. Like, as I said, it's very rare, and obviously, I kind of also felt a sense of responsibility towards them, because, they all are kind of starting off, and, and they are so brilliant. They are such phenomenal actors that, there were some scenes where I was like, yaar, ye to matlab, they've really worked hard, and I just, I felt like, this is a film where we all need to support each other, because that's the film. If we don't have that honesty when we are performing, then it would just not work.
Translate.
I think a lot of that bond also comes from Akshay sir and Aanand sir, because them as people are just, they're such fair, sweet, warm, happy people.
Right,
Like on set we were really creating magic, between action and cut I could feel magic happening, and then offset we were just laughing.
That sounds like the perfect set where everybody would want to be. I think. One thing about Aanand L Rai's films, all of them that we have seen, is how he introduces his female characters. Talk about Tanu Weds Manu, talk about the recent Atrangi Re. I loved Sara's entry, like Dhamakedar. So here you have 5 heroines that you have to introduce. How have you done that? And Bhumi, how was your introduction?
So first thing first, I will tell you. अच्छा होता ये साथ में नहीं बैठी होती और मैं बोल रहा था. See, as she said that she felt responsible for these 4 girls because they are quite new and they need a support, and a support like this was such a like a pillar for them, it's a strength. But for me too, in a film like Raksha Bandhan, where I'm talking about prime relationship of brother sister, there comes an actress who believes in you more than the character. I tell her the intention of a director, why he is making this film, and she understands this, and then she understands her character and she contributes. What I realize it's a great thing that you learn every time you make a film. You get down on a floor and you are exposed to a new challenges. But my learning in Raksha Bandhan is that at times an actor also becomes a maker with you. So what Bhumi has done to this film has contributed to the filmmaker. She has taken care of her character, her graph, her journey. That's beautiful, that she has been doing brilliantly well. But more than that, what another level she has reached, actually she has contributed to the filmmaking, the filmmaker's thought process. I have worked with a lot of people now, I can say a lot of actors, but this kind of a very अनकंडीशनल थिंग एक एक्टर के लिए बोला जा सकता है ना कि वो बहुत सेल्फिश होता है, वो सिर्फ अपने बारे में सोचता है. बट जब वो ग्रो करता है और वो इतना ग्रो करता है कि उसकी सारी इनसिक्योरिटीज पीछे चली जाती हैं, देन he or she starts contributing to the maker. That's what Bhumi has done to Raksha Bandhan.
Wow, Bhumi is blushing
Because I adore him,
and the way he articulates also, it's very touching.
Yeah, and before the interview started, you said that you've been waiting to speak to Aanand. So it's been a dream. It's been a dream for me too. As an actor, especially because he writes his women so well. He just writes human relationship, like him and Himanshu sir, Kanika. I think they just write human relationships so well, and I don't think anybody does romance or a man-woman relationship like Aanand sir. And that's why I'm just excited for everybody to watch Raksha Bandhan, because it's such a simple, honest story about simple, honest people, and it just touches you. The simplicity of the film just touches you. You laugh, You laugh a lot, but then you cry and you won't even realize when that transition happens. है ना एक ही scene में ऐसे
It's Raksha Bandhan, so the main focus is also on the sibling relationship.
Absolutely.
And you are there as the love angle, but you also contribute a lot. So when you took this script, I would also like to know, because you talked about Himanshu and Kanika writing the film, Aanand sir directing it. So when you took the film, what was that one thing that really touched you, that like compelled you to say yes?
You know, what I said previously is that, you know, there are a lot of films that come your way that are complex, complicated, and, you know, especially for me as an actor, I get these performances that are grey and it's just, but here comes this film that is just easy, you know, and as I said, it's a simple story, and the simplicity of the film touched me so much that there was nothing that I could say no to. Look, as I said, you know, I was waiting for a chance to be directed by Aanand Rai, because I'm telling you, it changes you as a performer.
Wow.
Whatever he told me before that take just took me into a zone. Like I'm telling you, at times I would get so overwhelmed, like out of joy or out of like, you know, whatever emotion I had to give, that it was very seamless for me to go into that scene, you know. And Kanika and Himanshu sir's writing, you know, I mean, they are friends and I've known them for many years, and again, it's a collaboration that I was waiting to do, and Akshay sir was home for me. You know, so there was no way. I was in such trusted hands. Like I literally trust these people with my eyes shut. It's that level of trust that I have on the team. So,
okay. One of the, you know, after the trailer released, one of the very talked about points is that many people felt that this is regressive, because it's talking about चार बहनों की शादी करवानी है, फिर हम दहेज कहाँ से लाएंगे, शादी के लिए भी पैसे दे रहे हैं to the person who's arranging it. So you have said this before, that a lot of audience makes a judgment before the film even releases, but you know, also the trailer kind of takes you to think in a way, but like we saw in Atrangi Re, it was very different. For this film particularly, what do you have to say to people who are thinking that way?
You can't ignore things. You can't ignore things. I know we should be very progressive. We are in many ways. But there are few things which has to be taken care. You can't shut your eyes, you know. Not talking about it will not give you a solution. As a maker, you know, I can't write articles. I can't make documentaries. My only way of expressing myself is through my films.
True.
And if you feel there is something regressive about it, that means there is a time to correct our society. I can say we are the best in the world. But are we? Or we are trying our best.
You're trying
So
to get
this
better.
thing of us coming together, the actors and the maker coming together and telling you a story like Raksha Bandhan, where you feel that there is something which is regressive, that means our intention was just to take the focus there. So by saying that it is not there, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So let's not ignore it, let's deal with it. And next time when I'll make another film, you will not find that kind of regression.
That's the hope.
That's the hope.
And for you also, you know, one question I would really like to ask you, Bhumi, is as a person, Bhumi the person, how is she? Is she going to, when she goes in a relationship, or if she is in a relationship, would she prefer this guy who is taking care of his siblings and like they are his priority, or do you want in a relationship more priority?
Yeah, for me, my family is my life, and my family will always be my priority, and I'll always respect a man who gives that same love and respect to his family as well, because that's the kind of person I am.
And also, since this question is asked, what's your equation with your sibling?
I think the whole world knows my equation. Firstly, everybody thinks we are twins. We are not twins. I just want to put it out there. My younger sister Samiksha and I are not twins. We are best friends. We are soulmates. You know, we are partners in crime. We are business partners. Every Rakhi, since I was a child, I've been tying her a Rakhi. Every Raksha Bandhan, you know. So my fondest memory of Raksha Bandhan is me and Samiksha actually making Rakhis in school.
Wow.
You know,
So
paper ki hoti thi sir, Rakhi. And then coming and tying each other, you know, because by the end of it, a sibling relationship is one of the most beautiful things that you can experience. You always have some person through good times and bad times. And our film says it beautifully. You know, you will see our film, just the arc of the story from where it starts to where it goes and what it's going to make people feel. I'm telling you, it's only going to bring about, just kind of adding into what Sir had said earlier, it's only going to bring about a positive change in people around.
Okay, and the last question, you know, this has been also spoken about a lot. This film is clashing with another film at the box office. So when we talk about clashes, obviously, मतलब हमें अगर कोई फिल्म देखना है तो हम दोनों फिल्म देख सकते हैं, बट स्क्रीन्स जब हम जाते हैं, स्क्रीन्स गेट डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड. सो एज अ प्रोड्यूसर ऑल्सो, व्हाट्स योर थॉट अबाउट दैट? लाइक, is a solo non-festive release better, or is it okay to clash on a festive date?
So that remains a producer's or studio's problem. It is not for the audience. And please, first of all, I love to say that a film coming from Aamir sir, he's a great artist, he's a great maker, and it's unfortunate that there is a clash. But I am really looking forward to both films doing good for the audience. It will be a delight. We will be very happy if audience like both the films.
Okay. And Bhumi, for you?
I mean, I can't speak on, like, you know, the technicalities of the business side of it. I'm only going to answer, like, you know, as a fan of every film that's releasing, you know, on this Friday. As Sir said, you know, we love the films that Aamir sir has, and for the audience, you know, I think it's a very happy, lucky day because they have two amazing films to watch, right?
True.
And it's not a clash. You know,
It
it's
is.
just
It's a
two
celebration.
great, it's a
Together.
celebration. It's Raksha Bandhan. It's a festive day, and I'm sure people are going to go watch everything that comes. Yeah, we need to be happy, and we need like positivity around us, and both the films are going to give that.
Yeah, but correction, it's releasing on Thursday, both the
Yes,
films this
Thursday.
time. Yes. And thank you so much for joining. And Bhumi, it's lovely to see you after this gap. You were missing out on the promotions.
I
but you're
know.
back. And Aanand sir has been like going
At
all.
it.
No, we all were missing Bhumi, like what?
I was sick.
And thank you so much for joining with News 18 Showsha.
Please go out with your families, give us love, enjoy our film, because I promise you, you're going to have a beautiful, beautiful time. And you must go with your families. And if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to News 18 Showsha.